It's early morning, St. Johns County. I'm the Philosopher Pirate, and this is Florida at Large. I still got a little bit of scratch in the throat, folks, and my arm is killing me again. Hurting right here mostly. Yesterday I had a rough night. I had a really big frog on the outside of the van while I was working. I had a squirrel jump on my lap yesterday into the evening. Put his paws. He was looking right up at me. I gently exited the van and walked beside a tree. Said, "Would you please get off of my shirt?" And he did. The little guy visits me. He's been visiting me a lot. I'm not feeding him. I have left some water because it hasn't rained for a couple of days. Left a little. Maybe it was thanking me for the water. I care about the wildlife, folks. But I'm really angry, folks. And I'm not going to yell at the camera. I'm not going to be like, Mark Levin, and he's got his style. I'm not going to yell at the camera or yell at the microphone. But what I will say is that I am angry. And and folks, this is my second try at this video. So I don't have the energy I had the first time around. And for some reason, it's hot. Even it's morning right now. My camera overheated. So it stopped. And I didn't notice it stopped, so I just kept talking and talking and talking like an idiot. I got to pay attention to the flashing light. Anyways, I'm at the point now, folks, where I'm running out of options. Today, I'm going to file for public assistance for the first time in my life. I have collected unemployment in my life, but that's not public assistance. That's insurance that's paid by our employers or ourselves if we're self-employed, and then we just collect the insurance. It's just like workman's comp. Workman's comp is insurance. We collect on that. We pay into it, essentially, as employees or as employers, but we pay into it. It's insurance. This is the first time in my life, folks, I'm not able to practically work right now. I can't do any physical work. My arm hurts too much. I have not had proper medical examinations because of Progressive. They've dropped the ball. I'm giving them a chance here. I sent them a demand letter. If they don't respond favorably, folks, I'm just filing a lawsuit myself. And judges out there in Florida, I highly doubt you watch my videos. But, if there's any judges out there and court officials, clerks, I am so sorry ahead of time. I'm going to apologize first instead of begging forgiveness later. I'm going to, that ask permission. I'm going to apologize first. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm downloading self-help legal forms. I'm just going to do it all myself. I don't have a choice. I don't have any money. I am now indigent. I have no access to my records. I'm overdue on my storage. So, folks, and I'm judges, clerks, judicial officials, paralegals, people, I'm sorry. Because I'm probably going to send you filings and petitions and subpoenas and motions, whatever I can figure out on my own. Stumbling through the search engines, I'm going to do it. I've given up. The ACLU, the Southern Poverty Law Center, worthless. Morgan. Yeah, Joe Morgan, Mr. Joe Morgan. Yeah, you didn't help. No case is too small. That's what you used to have on your billboards. I guess my case, I don't believe is small. I believe you are intimidated by my adversaries, or they have something on you, or there's something funny going on with all of you. Because it's, doesn't make any sense. Folks, it's not like television where, this investigative reporter comes out of nowhere and helps you solve your case, or this civil rights attorney does it pro bono or on a contingency and helps you because, you have a really strong case and you deserve justice. You deserve truth and justice. It's not true, folks. That's the movies. That's, that's the Saturday night movie, like they used to say on TV when I was a kid. That's what it is. It's not real, folks. Unless there's something in it for them, they won't help you. Simple as that. I'm going to have to do it myself, and I'm going to document my legal thing, and I'm going to talk about it as I'm doing it. And I'm going to tell you how much trouble I'm getting into, and judges are scolding me and so forth. But you know what, folks? I don't care. I don't care. I'm not able to find meaningful work. Now I'm not able to work at all. I don't care who I piss off at this point. I don't care if I piss you off, Governor DeSantis. You happen to watch my video. I don't care. My life has been ruined by an action with irrefutable evidence. That's a big word, but it's a true word. There's dash cam and body cam that clearly shows police officers being told false information about me, dangerous, heavily armed professional criminal. That information hypes up the cops. Firearms in hand, not tasers, firearms with lethal ammunition. Break my door of my home. Many years my home. Storm in a room-to-room search without a warrant. No probable cause. No emergency situation. And nearly kill me. Because some people say, oh, they didn't nearly kill you. Yeah, BS. Hyped up police officers with their fingers near the trigger, and they think that there's somebody heavily armed in there somewhere in that home are ready to shoot to kill. They're not hesitating. Okay? I'm lucky. And I think the only thing that protected me is that I was naked. That's it. Had I had not been shockingly naked, I think I would be dead right now. Honestly, folks. I feel that way. I've been having nightmares about it. My life has been turned upside down. I deserve and require justice. And this video basically lets you know that I'm okay. I'm going to try to do one daily. At least one. I'm going to try to do some nature videos if, like the squirrel. I didn't get a image of that, but, I do have a bat that's been visiting me. I'm going to try to get some good video of that for you. Yeah, it's interesting, folks. I mean, I'm seeing the animals. I mean, they like me. I like them. They must sense that. And even this pesky squirrel. It's I haven't seen the bobcat for a while. Of course, I've moved a couple times. Folks, it's really getting down to the wire, and you can probably tell I'm tired. I've been up all night, working on my filings. I'm going to do it myself, unless an attorney comes out of the blue. I mean, I gave my phone number; it's out there. Civil rights attorney, please. I mean, if there's one out there who'll do it on a contingency, call me. I've left my phone number a couple of videos ago. I'll be ready for the call. I was going to yell at the camera, make a really enthusiastic, viral video. Folks, I just don't have the energy. I am feeling stronger. I'm feeling better. I had the runs for a couple of weeks. Not pleasant when you're kind of transient the way I am right now. I have some nice folks that are helping me. So, I'm going to leave it at that. I was going to talk about some spiritual stuff and so forth, but maybe that's not the best idea. I was going to talk about some of the conversations, but then people might want to call me, a Nazi or a fascist or a racist. It wasn't that tone at all, folks. It's just that I'm having conversations with people that are basically calling me a liar or I'm exaggerating. And some of them admit they're in law enforcement. They don't like what I'm saying. They don't like what I'm saying about law enforcement. Folks, I'm not against law enforcement for you law enforcement officers out there. I fully support law enforcement, but I do not support corrupt, dirty law enforcement. To me, they should be punished twice as hard as a citizen because they're supposed to be setting an example. And the problem is they are prosecuted less than citizens. My case is a perfect example. So I just want to make it clear, I'm not anti-law enforcement. I think I am anti-politician, but I think everybody is. So, you know, but anyways, I'm not going to go with the bellicose talk. I mean, I could do a whole rant and rehearse it. I don't, folks. When I do these videos, I don't rehearse them. I just turn on the camera and start talking. Probably pretty obvious. And you know, there's no AI. It's all OI, organic intelligence. But somebody actually trademarked that. So I was going to trademark it myself if I had the money. Somebody else already did. So you know, more power to them. But yeah, with artificial intelligence, and why do they call it artificial intelligence, folks? It's not artificial. I mean, you know, just because, you know, I guess because humans made it, it's artificial. You know, it's machine intelligence because the machine's actually learning. Scary, isn't it? Anyways, figured I'd dabble in a little bit of that. And by the way, when I reach down, I have a remote control. Okay, so I can turn my camera on off. So I'm not like those folks on the videos where you see the very end of the video, you see them reaching for the camera, or sometimes they'll edit it and you see them starting to move and they're getting ready to reach, and that's where they cut the scene. I actually have a little remote control here that I can, stop and start the camera. The pause feature doesn't work for anything, so I don't even bother. But it does stop and start the video in reasonably well. So give you a little, little tricks I'm using. And I'm going to go over my equipment and stuff sometime. But right now, it's more important I focus on my case and my insurance situation and healing. And maybe I can find a gig. Whoops. Maybe I can find a gig that can help pay my bills. Folks, if you know of anything out there, somebody wants to hire me for something, you know, I'm pretty good at what I do. Anyways, it's early morning, St. Johns County. I'm the Philosopher Pirate, and this is Florida at Large.